Hey, everyone. Thanks for joining us on Coast to Coast Stacking. Hi, everyone. Thank you. Sorry for the little delay. Tonight, we have one of the best YouTubers that has ever joined me on Coast to Coast, the largest YouTuber. We have Chad from North Country Off Grid. How you doing, Chad?
Hey, what's up, guys?
It's great to see
I'm
you.
excited to be here, man.
Dude, I am
Thanks for having
super
me.
stoked. I'm not only excited, I'm honored to have such a highly respected YouTuber like you on Coast to Coast Stacking. So welcome, my friend. Thank you so much.
I don't know who's doing all this, but I'm glad that I'm here.
And there's the all right, the chat's blowing up now. Here we go. Everyone's suddenly relieved. I still think the best joke at the top, I think it was Silver Heist who said, what was the book that Clever Coin referenced 1 second after with North Country Off Grid? It's 15 minutes later.
Yeah, that's right.
That's great, man.
You gotta prepare once in a while. Be late too, guys.
Yeah, fashionably late. So you got your
go ahead.
Oh, you don't need to apologize, dude. You're living the dream, and you have your own time frame, and I'm envious, so don't worry about it. But
well, I try to be punctual whenever I visit the grid, so I do apologize for being late, guys. But I was coaching my daughter's basketball, and I even cut their basketball practice 15 minutes early. Told them to get out, but we're still a little late.
You're making me feel bad, man. Telling all those little kids, yo, go. I gotta get out of here. Oh, but do you have your technical?
I do so much.
I'm sorry, a little lag there. Sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Nope.
I need to give you more time.
Yeah, that's okay.
I was just gonna say
Here we go.
I'll figure this out.
You got to get near the window. Go outside, walk around. Do you have your technical support near you?
I might have.
You got Shelby. You got technical support next to you. Is Shelby there to help you?
I do. I got the wizard here, man. She's the brains behind. I should know.
Yeah, I bet. I mean, we ran, just so everybody knows in the chat, we ran through this last night for quite a while. We were testing it out. I think you moved around, checked a window location out. I think you came in really crystal clear yesterday. Let's see what happens tonight.
Okay, well, I'm there now. I actually wasn't, but I am now.
No, we're going to have a blast tonight. Or as you say sometimes, just like dynamite, right? Big bang and a little YouTube stream. Is that it? I heard you say that, right? You. All right, so can you hear me? Hello?
Yep, I got you.
All right, so we got, you might see Nightbot pop up here. He's gonna be in the stream.
Who is that?
He may be in the stream. I can't promise what he's gonna do, but just bear with him. And everybody out there, I just want to yell out a few people. Chef Carbone Jr., Kendall Kid, King AG. Thank you for joining. We had Jamie Coyne Hunter, John Smith. We had some people way back in that chat that really, really hung with us. Nova Stacker, West Coast Stacker, Silver Heist, Alex, Coin Roll Hunter. Dude, he's always the first person on Coast to Coast Stacking. Unbelievable kid. Thank you so much. I have a little something special for those that joined and hung around early. I gave them a little bit of a code word. Hopefully they won't spill the beans. It may come in handy for them, but I want to say thank you to everyone that is joining tonight. And we're going to have a lot of fun. Really looking forward to this. So for those of you that are new to Coast Stacking, this is a collaboration between me and my good friend and stacker, Silver Baggins. Now, Silver Baggins is in YouTube incarceration. So because of some silly strike or something, I don't know. So he can't stream, but just for another 24 days. And then he'll be back. So let's see hashtag free Baggins in the chat, please, everyone. Show him some love. I think, he's back, right? He's in the chat. Yep. Hey, man.
I feel Baggins, man. I've done so many giveaways and I've never read the rules. And I think he did his first giveaway and he gets kicked out for 3 months.
He got slammed. It felt so bad. He was like, he took one for us, guys. He really did. Soon after that, I put a PSA out with a whole bunch of stuff that people could use to stick into their descriptions to try to avoid what he went through. But there, look at that. Free baggins everywhere. Love it. Yeah. Appreciate it, man. 24 days. We'll see you back. And I think Silver Baggins and I are going to have something special planned when he's released. So really looking forward to that. And we usually have a well-oiled stream. It runs smooth as silk. And we have a whole bunch of fun. So, Chad, you going to mess with me?
Oh, yeah. You can say goodbye to that.
You going to take Coast to Coast right off the rails? I hope so, man.
I'm going to do my best. I'm going to do my best.
I hope so. So we're we're going to have a lot of fun talking to North Country Off Grid, learning about him and Chad and Shelby and the kids and what they're doing up there. And we're going to have a couple giveaways. One of our special segments is called What's in Your Cart, when we talk about precious metals. We find out what's in Chad's cart, what's he thinking of buying, what I'm buying, or maybe thinking, and maybe you guys can put in the chat later on what you're thinking of getting when it comes to precious metals. So that's a regular segment here in Coast to Coast. And something else, and I don't know if Nightbot's going to help out with this, but what you need to do, if you'd like to ask a question, and you're going to want to ask questions of Chad, let me tell you, put in the chat 3 question marks and then your question. That way it'll stand out and I'll be able to grab it and stick it in. We'll do that probably in the second half of the stream. So just queue it up, and if I see it, I'll grab it, and we'll be all set there. And with all that out of the way, I just want to say, are you guys excited for this? Oh, look at that. We got International Stacker showing up from Saudi. It's about time, dude. You guys excited to talk to North Country Off Grid? Because I sure am. All right. Yeah, we got some people there. Let's see. King John of Coins, Silver Ripples. Thank you for joining. Yeah, hashtag excited. Good. Yeah, here we go. Very good. Very good. All right. So I promised to talk about stacking and prepping a bit later, but Chad, I have to first focus on you and Shelby and what your tremendous lifestyle is all about. I know there's a lot of people in the chat that know you, know your channel, know your history, but could you tell us a little bit about yourself and your family and what's going on up there in North Idaho?
That's such an awkward question, too. Hey, describe yourself.
I know, right? Sounds like an interview. Sorry.
No, it's cool, man. Put you on the spot. No, we live off grid on a homestead up in North Idaho, and I've got my wife, I've got my 3 kids, we got a bunch of animals, and we're just, you know what? We're just chasing a dream. It's something that I really wanted to go do, and the fear of not going and doing it was just creeping on me too much. And I said, "That's it, we're doing it." And my wife, bless her heart, got duped into it too. So she's out here with me.
Dude, I said this while we were talking yesterday, but you have totally married up. She is a gem.
Yeah, really... no, she's an unbelievable person. And when we first started dating, I was not a cool guy. I was not a good boyfriend. I was not great husband material. Actually, I didn't treat her well. Wasn't that nice to her? The huge heart, and she stuck with me. And now she's turned me into a total teddy bear. So,
and then what was this, like 5 years now, almost? I think you guys have gone off grid. Is that true?
Yeah, this is our 5th year now. So we're 5 years completely off grid. We are going on our 2nd year at this homestead.
Wow. Man, that's amazing. I mean, I've read and watched a lot of your videos, and just you cashed out. You're debt free, you're self-sustaining, you're following your dream, and I think it's awesome.
we're working on the self-sustaining. You know, there's a lot to it, but we're really putting this next spring coming up. Our goal that we're not going to do so much with animals, but we're really going to start growing our own food. And then the goal is to just not ever have to go to the grocery store.
Oh my word. Wow.
So garden, canning, all that stuff is going to be our focus this year.
That's amazing. So yeah, I've checked out some of the videos. You got a wood stove compared to almost everybody in this chat, save a few people probably. You are self-sustaining. You got a wood stove, you got a wood burning cook stove, you got 20 acres that you've carved out this tiny house. You've built this tiny house. You're building a blacksmith building. You've built a bunch of different structures. You do your own maintenance. If something breaks, you fix it.
I certainly
yeah.
Is Dime in the chat? I can't see the chat.
Oh, you can't see it? Dime Digger is in the chat.
Dime Digger gives me hell about my tractor all the time. He actually fired me from my own YouTube channel.
How do you do that?
I couldn't fix it. How does that work?
Oh my word.
So it's pretty funny. He's pretty invested in it.
Wow.
There's a few people who wish that they could come and help me with it, but yeah, if stuff breaks down, we fix it or try to.
Yeah, I love the raw, real type of video that you show. You put that camera, phone, whatever it is, right down, and you'll just start working. You'll cut the trees down. You'll bring the walls up. You'll be working on your tractor. You'll look at the camera and just shake your head, like ask questions. You feel like you're right there with you, which is really great. I love it.
Well, I'm going to enjoy it, man. It's I think there's a lot of YouTube channels out there where they'll and I'm not knocking anyone because whatever anyone does, I'm good with it. But there's a lot of guys who try to play a character or have a persona, and I just don't understand how you can I don't think you can maintain that lie where people are buying it. I think people understand it and they're okay with the entertainment value of it. But I could never sit here and BS my way through this stuff. It's too real out here to be able to BS it.
And there's too many people that see through it.
I think so.
Oh yeah. After a while, you would see it. You know, one of the things too that it resonates with me is that you live largely debt free.
Yeah.
And I remember asking you, and we can ask again. You know, what is it that you do for a living? And you're like, Yankee, dude, I don't have a lot of monthly bills, so I don't need to worry as much like, say, I would, or most of the people that are listening. So that really resonated with me.
You know, you're talking probably like 98% of the world, the US, like the way that's designed is you got to go to work to pay for those bills, and after doing it for years, we looked at it like, man, the first, $2,500 that we earn goes to something before we can even try to live some sort of quality of life. And, when you question those kinds of things, and I've always been the kind of person who's like either questioned authority or bucked the system in some way. And sometimes it's bit me in the butt, but I think for the most part, it's made me who I am. And I'm glad that it has. But, man, after just not wanting to be, a cog in the wheel, or, to me, it was like a beehive, you work, and then you die. And I didn't want to be a part of it.
Yep.
But now I work longer hours now than I did when I went to a conventional job, but I'm working for myself and my family. Right. And to be able to look at the direct relation, like if I build it, it benefits my family.
Right.
I love that.
I incredibly respect that. I do respect the debt-free living. I'm doing the same thing, but from a completely different direction, right? So we both live below our means, but in a way, you live practically on no monthly expenses, and I have monthly expenses, right? But I've really tried to be countercultural and be debt-free. So I think that whether or not you're in the sticks in northern Idaho or where I live in New Hampshire or down south, you can still do it right and stay debt-free or work hard towards that.
Absolutely, or get really close anyway. But I think
try. Yep.
When you realize, or when you see a chain, when you see that you are tied to somebody or you owe somebody, when you've got a master, and most people have multiple masters, But when you have a master and you figure out how to get rid of that guy, it's so unbelievably freeing. Most people have never even felt it before, because we go from, living under our parents to, when I turned 18, I got sent so many credit card applications. And I think
they're doing it before 18 now. Yeah.
Are they really?
Oh yeah, I have 3 kids. They started to creep in even before then. Yep.
Well, let me ask you this, Yankee. Do you try to talk to Little Stacks? Do you tell him, get a credit card and maintain it, or do you tell him don't ever operate on credit?
No, I believe in credit and establishing a good credit, but I absolutely taught all 3 of my kids to stay away from using a credit card for anything other than convenience, never for money you don't have, and always have a budget. I've worked very hard with establishing it with my 2 older girls and Little Stacks, my youngest, on budgeting, saving, giving, being very careful with what they do with their money. They're savers first, not spenders.
That's cool. That's good. It's sad to see so many people do owe, their life to a debt.
Yep. Revolving credit is out of control. I mean, I'm not trying to get off on a tangent here, but even since the Great Recession, not only has personal debt, both revolving and non-revolving, gone up, but it's gone up at a faster pace. We're not learning our lesson. So we are a debt-driven country, and we're going to pay.
Well, you tie student loans in where everybody gets to go to college, and you don't have to have money, but you will have some coming out of it, and now it's so much money to go to college. I think the average is something like $50,000-$60,000 in debt before you get out of college. Like, that's crazy.
Yep. Yeah, we could talk a long time about the college too, but I do want to get back a little bit more about your background, what you're doing up there in your homestead. So you've answered a little bit about the why, but I want to ask you about the how. How did it happen? And I think it had something to do with this extended camping trip, like 3 months or something.
What?
Was there like this? Was there like this getaway with you would Shelby kind of gave it a trial run or something?
No.
Oh,
no, that's else's channel.
That's what?
No, that's somebody else's channel, man.
Oh,
That's not me.
I apologize. Okay.
Absolutely went for it. It was a dream.
Wow.
It was a dream, and I'll tell you what, we went off grid with $10,000. We put $5,000 down on the land, and we used $5,000 to start building. At the time, I was still working. My wife works as a real estate agent, and she does good. But
yeah, you're mooching off her, dude. I know what you're doing.
Well, there's benefit to
I'm teasing you. I'm kidding you.
I got to work right up until we started building like the actual cabin, and I took the time off and I built the cabin. We got it up, and we wound up selling that property after 2 years of homesteading.
Okay.
We sold that property. We paid for this property and bought another property and had money to build. So I basically flipped a homestead, and we will most likely do it with this one. And it's because we have a developer in here, and he's going to just basically ruin everything around us. So we'll probably wind up doing it on this one as well.
Yeah, it did sound like you're having some issues, easement issues and other stuff. Neighbor, with what's going on in the development.
There's issues, and then I haven't been telling everyone about the newest issue. It's kind of a big deal, but that video that I did on the trespasser, it over 1 million views in less than 8 months.
That was huge.
It was huge, but that's the only negative comments and horrible people we get, and it was the only source of comments that I got death threats from, physical threats for me and my family, and so. And that was just a trespasser, so talking about a developer messing with you, this is going to go much deeper than some guy that shows up and leaves. And so I haven't really been talking about it with the viewers, although I have been documenting it.
Yeah, there's some questions popping up. I do see them. I'm trying to collect them for you guys. So I will swing back and ask Chad some of these questions. So hang on there. But yeah, that's interesting. So where were you from originally? In that area or somewhere else?
Yeah, so you're gonna laugh. So I come from a little town called Green Acres.
No.
That is where I grew up. Grew up in the little town of Green Acres, and it's about 25 minutes from where we're at now. It's a little further than that, but basically it's right over the border from Coeur
Yep.
d'Alene in Washington.
Okay. Not far, but
No.
okay. That's interesting. So just pepper you with a few more questions because I want to move on to a few other topics. But how do you handle just the daily routine of getting your showers and doing everything in the morning? What's mornings like? How organized is it with 5 people?
We get routines. You get a discipline, especially having animals. It's a daily routine.
Mm,
Um, Everything is just a little bit harder.
mm.
Everything takes more. Like we talked about our coffee. Our coffee takes so much longer. So we we wake up early. Shelby's usually the one making the fire, and then when the sun starts to crack, we go out and we do our chores, and feed the animals, look after everyone, clean up what needs to be cleaned, just farm chores, and then it's
I,
coming back, getting breakfast,
I
doing.
have 3 kids, and getting them to do their chores just around the house can be like pulling teeth. How does that work? I've watched some of your videos. Those kids are just doing stuff.
All right, you're gonna
Yeah.
like this, Yankee. You're gonna like this. Okay, my
Yeah.
kids are paid monthly with silver.
No, come on.
Yeah,
That
so
work really?
we've given them an allowance. If they do their job, they get an allowance. If they do something, if they don't do something thoroughly, they get basically 10 strikes, which I think is too much. I'd give them 2, but Shelby's got a big heart. They get 10 strikes. If you get more than 10 strikes throughout the month, then you don't get your silver.
Mhm.
But they do a good job, and they all love silver now. My oldest
Uh-huh.
daughter was like, I could care less about silver. I don't care yet. And I wound up getting her and then I got her with koalas, and she's like, ooh, koalas, sweet.
So you had to go with the fuzzy, animals to get her interested, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
What are the
So my
ages of how old are your kids?
12, 10, and 8.
Okay, good.
12,
Yep.
10, and 8.
Mine's are a lot older. Mine's 21, 18, and 14. So the teenage years are on your way. So that'll be fun to check in on that.
Yeah,
I'm sure you'll do
both
great.
girls, but and
Oh,
I get to coach these girls and these kids, and as they get older, I don't want to coach them. But I love coaching them when they're little. They're awesome when they're little, but they
yeah.
start to get older and they start to get attitudes, and then you
Right.
get to see how well
It
their
does change. Yeah.
parent. And it's kind of amazing nowadays because I'll get stuff that I'm like, man, I wouldn't even think to talk to my coaches that way back in the day.
Interesting, huh?
And I don't put up with it. I run them like crazy.
Yeah, I was
I'll
a
run them.
basketball coach for my kids too, so I hear you, man. I know what you're talking about there. Um, Talk to me about this tiny house. So I've watched a few videos of it. It looks fascinating to me. It's your house was actually featured on HGTV, a show
Yeah.
Tiny House Big Living. Tell me about this house.
We started building the house. I started building it, and Shelby came out one day and she's like, hey, stop building. And I'm like, no, what? And she's like, I'm talking to HGTV on the phone. They want to come film you build the rest of the tiny house. And my first response was like, no, hang up. I'm not doing that.
Really?
I don't want to be on TV at all. Uh, Up until YouTube, and even now, still, I see myself as a very private person.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
don't like people knowing my business. I just don't like it. I've never had a Facebook in my life,
Mm-hmm.
MySpace, any of that stuff. But she talked me into it, and I'm like, all right, we'll do it. She talked me into it, but she sold the family on me, Yankee. She's like, it'll be like a living picture book. It'll be a record forever for us to watch this build
She's
and our kids.
she's good, man.
Oh yeah,
She
yeah.
knows how to work. Yeah.
Underneath.
Oh man, that's awesome. But what's the dimensions of this tiny house and how many rooms are in it?
Let's see here. I know it's like I believe it's 400 square feet or just a hair under. I think the minimum
Mm.
for a tiny house qualification, and I can't tell you how much I'm against these little titles.
Yep,
And
I hear you.
cool it is to be in a tiny. I kept calling it cabin while they were filming me, and they'd stop me and be like, "Okay, this time just say tiny house." And I hated the term tiny house while building it.
So you kept saying cabin, didn't you?
Yeah, no, yeah. Throughout the excellent. Now just say it again.
Oh man, Barbara Carbone wanted to know, did it air on HGTV? And I think the answer was yes.
Yeah, it aired on HGTV and the DIY network picked it up.
Oh, hello.
You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Oh, did you hear me?
I didn't. You cut out there. Might want to say it again.
HGTV aired it, and then the DIY network also picked it up.
Very good. Just tell everybody right now what you're on and how you're joining this stream.
I'm on a cell phone, and however Wi-Fi works, I've got a cell signal, and I actually had to move out to my car because I couldn't hear you inside the cabin. So I'm now sitting outside.
Is Shelby with you?
Yeah, she's sitting
here. Keep an eye on him, Shelby. That's great. So when you say Wi-Fi, what you're really talking about is your cell phone service, right? Your mobile phone service.
Yeah, sure.
Wow, that's amazing.
I don't know. You know, it's abundantly clear to you that I have no clue what I'm doing. This like technological stuff, I don't know. It took me forever to figure out how to edit videos in the beginning. Yep. I didn't want YouTube because I don't care about computers. And as soon as I'm like, I got to edit videos now. But now I'm doing it. They're coming together. I've actually just to kind of step up my game now in the new year. And I've tried to add a little more sound, cut things together a little better. And it still just frustrates me to no end.
Dude, let's talk about YouTube because, I usually have this segment just to try to embarrass my co-host, but I don't think that's even possible with you, Chad. So here's my first important question for you about your channel, North Country Off Grid. And by the way, if you have not subscribed to North Country Off Grid, you need to do it. Hopefully, Nightbot will be putting your link in the description there or the chat, and I'll put it in the description. But what is up with the lowercase g for grid in your channel name? Were you like in a mad rush to launch it back in December of 2017?
I have no idea. Is that a misspell? I have no idea.
don't know, but it's almost like North Country, whatever. Boom. It's like I felt bad. I was like, did he want that to be lowercase g? I don't know. It was kind of funny.
I don't even care. I didn't until you a year later.
That's so good. That is so you, man. I don't care. Whatever.
Yeah.
Well, for someone who doesn't care, you have 21,000 subscribers.
Well, I care about subs. I care about those guys. I don't care about the small stuff. I'll get people who want to argue with me about you don't live off grid. And I'm like, right on, man. I don't pay a power bill. You call it what you want to call it. I don't care. And I generally like the negative comments don't affect me. I'll actually like these guys that try to be a-holes, I'll give it back to them. Like I'll just sit there until they go away, which is probably wasting my time. But I just don't like these guys that get on the computer and try to talk down people who are doing something with their life.
Yep, I get you.
But
I do love your channel. I love your style. You're a no nonsense guy. You don't suffer fools at all. You'll dish it out with barbs with great enjoyment, but you are very kind at the same time. I find you inspirational, very fiercely loyal, and I love the rugged independence that comes through on your videos. Simply stated, you quote, do what I want to do. Whether it's building or growing or shooting or stacking or whatever it is, you're going to do it your way. I can tell. You're very independent that way, and I can respect that.
That's got me in a little bit of trouble throughout life, Yankee.
It can definitely.
You do things and sometimes whoever you might owe something to or whatever, they decide, well, you're no longer around or whatever, which is fine, which is great. I'll tell you a story. I lost a job because I wanted to go to my daughter's. Getting back to your other question, I worked as a woodworker. I've worked as a cabinet maker before I came off grid. I actually started cabinet making because we were getting ready to build, and I didn't know how to make cabinets. I knew how to frame, I knew how to do drywall, but I've never done cabinetry. And we got the the quote for it. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to learn how to do cabinets. So I went to work for a cabinet company. But I wanted my daughter's first day of kindergarten off, and the guy had a problem with it. And I'm like, well, it's her first day of kindergarten. I can't think of a better reason to take the day off. And I got back. I told him I'd be in around 9-ish. I get back at 9:30, and he starts giving me hell. And I'm like, listen, I told you what I was going to do. And he's like, well, you should have been here at 9. I'm like, well, I'm not going to be here ever again. I quit. And I walked away. And it was the best thing I ever did, because at that point I went to work for myself, making cabinets, doing woodwork, building for myself. Not doing it. I'm not playing someone else's game.
Yep, that's you, man. I appreciate that. That's great. I do have a question about the song that I sometimes hear. That North Country song. Is that you singing and playing that?
No, God, no.
Oh, man, I had to ask. I'm like, North Country, living off grid. Who is that? Is that about you, or is that just the song? I'm
never played an instrument in my life. I did just recently get a banjo to start learning how to play a banjo so that I could put a little music into our channel. But that is my buddy, Josh, the Stoney Ridge farmer. He has a YouTube channel.
Yes.
He's kind of, he's groomed me from the beginning. He helps me not make mistakes. He's kind of been like, hey, I did this and it was wrong. Don't do it. Do this. So he's really helped us to build our YouTube channel. He's a good guy. He's a friend of mine. And he's like, man, let me do a song for you. And he's done songs for other channels. And I was always too hesitant to ask him to do it. And I wanted him to do it. And finally he did it. I'm like, sweet, man, I've been wanting to do it for like months. And so, yeah, that's his music.
That's awesome. And that's Stoney Ridge Farmer?
Stoney Ridge Farmer. Yeah, you guys go check him out. Tell him North Country Off Grid sent you.
Yep. I just brought up your channel. I hope people can see it. And right over there on the right, it says featured channels, Stoney Ridge Farmer. Very good.
That looks good on a desktop. So that's Spirit Lake up top where we're kayaking. That's all of us kayaking in the lake.
That's beautiful.
On a weekday, Yankee.
Oh, now you're just rubbing it in. I do appreciate it. So your first video was way back in December 2017, and it wasn't even you. It was Shelby.
Yeah.
Yep. And she's amazing that she did she's quite the pioneering homesteading partner you got. She did a great job going through the little house and kicking it off. Yeah.
I actually did horrible job with the tiny house because we weren't supposed to show it for like 6 months. It was in the contract, to not show any finished product. So you see me start to build our you see me start to build it, and then you see nothing more of the build process, and it's because HGTV has all the footage.
And the rights. I didn't know that. Interesting.
Yeah.
So all right.
This next one, we keep in contact with them. They watch us, and so they know what's going on. And when we told them about the next build, they wanted to be a part of it, and they asked us about it. And one of our biggest issues was that they took, we built that thing in 2 months, and they took it and put it into 21 minutes of footage. And I'm just like, Shelby and I are like, man, it just does not show the hard work that we put in when it's, a TV show. So we talked to them possibly doing our own show, our own series. And they're just not doing it right now. Things happen with scheduling. They're like, we really like you guys and we want to come out and video you, and we could probably do an hour-long special, but we just can't do our own series right now. The networks aren't picking stuff up.
I see. So, I'll tell you, if there was a TV show though, North Country Off Grid, how many of you in the chat would watch a television show or cable show or online show, North Country Off Grid? Say, put one in the chat if you'd watch it. Watch this blow up. I know I would. It would be absolutely fascinating. Julian Numismatist said yes. FYI gamer, that's cool. I'd watch.
It's gonna get awkward.
Oh, it is. It's the ones are gonna go flying, man. I'll tell you, Barbara Carbona, Ozarks. I think a lot of people would. That would be so cool. I don't know how they do it though. If you're off grid, that would be kind of interesting. A lot of big generators or something. But no, that would be a great series. I would love to watch
Yeah,
that.
they got here with all their gear and they didn't know what to do. And I'm like, did they not tell you guys we're off grid? Like, we had to fire up my generator to run their stuff.
Oh, you did really? Oh,
Yeah,
they weren't prepared, huh?
it was a really cool experience. We got to meet people, and this is like, this kind of started, this switched my mindset. I've always been a kind of guy who hangs out with people that appeal to me, which I think most people do. And I got to meet people, and I think you can get political on this, but I got to meet people from the other side, that other spectrum.
Right.
A lot of these guys were like from Portland, Colorado, and they were very soft. I guess you want to call them soft.
Yeah. But flip the hands over and look at the palms, and it's nice and smooth, right? Yeah. No calluses.
Yeah, but you get to know them, and they were freezing, man. They were like, "Oh my God, it's so cold," and we're out here in t-shirts. But they were such great people, and I got to know them as a person versus know them as like a title or like, oh, I'm a Democrat. And it came out later what they were, because we became friends with them. Shelby became Facebook friends with them. Like, we would talk about stuff here, but like as a human being, as a person, we all got to get to know each other. And they were some really great people. And that was kind of a light bulb for me.
Hey, we got a lot of questions flying at me on the chat. I am capturing them all, guys. So thank you. I really appreciate it. I want to wrap up the YouTube piece with a couple things and then jump into some prepping. Actually, before we jump into prepping, we're going to do a giveaway. So hang on in there in the chat, guys. A few more questions. So your videos and streams, your giveaways have been fantastic. I love your channel. And in full disclosure, my connection really got to you, Chad, was through the Halloween boomerang box. That was absolutely so much fun to do. I appreciate you having me be a part of that. And it was I know it was for Halloween, and of course it finished its circuitous route back to Idaho by what, Thanksgiving? Was it
almost
Christmas maybe?
Yeah. It took a while, and I was ambitious about it. I was like, yeah, we're going to get this thing back by Halloween. And then
no.
Golden State Mint just screwed me over, man. They took 10 days across it. And I was calling them like, what is you, like, I told them like, listen, this is for a YouTube channel. You guys need to get this out. What are you doing? Are you buying silver? Get me my coins. I won't
now. Oh, yeah. How hard is it? How hard is it to be a YouTuber off grid?
It's very hard, but let me tell you this real quick. You and I share a story, which is very funny. Yep. You got kicked off of YouTube.
Yes, I did the first day.
You got kicked off of YouTube on the first day. And I think it's so funny because you were like going to people and you're like, hey, I'm a part of the club. Guys, let me in. And they're like, spam, you're out. Right? So they blow your channel up, okay? I have a story to share with you, and I don't know, is the Stacking Nerd in the channel right now? Is she in the chat?
I don't know. Is Stacking Nerd in there?
Okay.
Sometimes Nerd shows up, but no, I don't think I saw her. Go ahead. Sorry.
And you guys are aware of Monkey Spaz. You know
who
Monkey Spaz?
Oh, yeah.
So the very first boomerang box, I talked to Craig, who is now, what his channel was You Can Do It, and then it got canceled. And now he's the Farkas, okay? Craig is my boy.
Yeah, he's great.
He got me into silver stacking. So I tried to do the first boomerang box with Craig. I'm like, yeah, he's in. I contacted D-Wings World. Boom, he's in. Heck yeah, right? They don't know me from anyone. I'm just getting into silver. I get a hold of the Stacking Nerd, man, and she blows me off, okay? And like and so I get her on another chat or something. I'm like, hey, like, I'm not a creeper, but I wanted to see if you wanted to do this collaboration with another channel, right? And she's like, well, what is it? So I kind of tell her, and then nothing, blows me off again, okay? And then I go to Monkey Spaz, and he totally blows me off too. He's like, and at that time he had more subs than me, right? So he's going to this channel, and he's I'm wanting to go to this bigger channel. Yeah. So I'm like, hey man, do you want to be a part of this? And he's like, yeah, it sounds complicated, dude. Go away, right? So these guys blow me off. They blow me off.
Oh.
And then, luckily I got Mr. Zeke and we made it happen, and it was very cool. And my channel has grown a ton since then. And I show up to Monkey Spaz's live stream every Wednesday, and I pay for silver from him to support his channel because I love it during the auctions. It's a good time, but it's kind of one of those things where I tried to get in the group like you did, and they're like, "Nah, go away, rookie." It's pretty fun.
Yeah, but that was personal. I think some bot found me and saw me just like send something out to 20 people and said, "Nah, I don't think this guy belongs on YouTube," and gone. I was like, "What?" Yeah. It was quite the beginning, but I hung in there. So,
and you have to hold the record.
You what? What was that?
You have to hold that record. That has to be a.
That was like, so embarrassing.
It's kicked off in a day.
The first day, my kids are looking at me, they're like, "Dad, what happened?" I'm like, "I can't believe it. Yankee Stacker is over like an hour after I started." It was crazy. But I just renamed it Yankee Stacking and whatever. All right, so enough about me. TLT Candles, welcome. Good to see you. Nova Stacker Silver Star just joined us. I think I've said hi to a lot of other people, but thank you so much for joining. We are going to do a giveaway real soon. I did ask you how hard it is to be a YouTuber off grid. We'll come back to that a little bit later. Okay. But I think your channel is awesome. I do have one suggestion for you.
Okay, I'm all ears.
More McKinley.
Oh, man.
She's a doll. Oh, you've got the cutest little girl, man. I'll tell you, she's such a princess.
She always wants to help out all the time. She always wants to help out all the time. Like right now, I'm doing a blacksmith shop, and it's a lot of big stuff.
Yeah.
Bands, and it's just too dangerous for her to even kind of help out. But she is absolutely, without a doubt, like my little buddy out here when it comes time to build.
She's your shadow.
Yeah, and I love
it. You enjoy it, man. Enjoy it. They grow up so fast. I used to have my two little girls race downstairs when Dad got home from work and start doing tug of war on my arm, saying, "My daddy, no, my daddy, no, my daddy." That doesn't happen anymore, dude. So enjoy it. All right, let's do the giveaway. Let me pop my camera up. Hopefully everybody will be able to see. Pop that off. We'll turn this on. And we're going to give away a Mercury dime. How's that sound, everybody? You guys ready for a quick little giveaway? And we got some lag. Alex said it's better now. Good. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. Make sure your chat is on live chat. Okay. We're going to be giving away a Mercury dime. Let's take a look at this a little bit closer.
Are we in a cubicle? What are we in right now? What is this?
We're in a cubicle. Oh, listen to him. Listen to him. How do you like my Lego easel, huh?
I like it.
Little Stacks, help me on that. Let's see if I can show you this. Okay, it's a 1939. Mint mark? Nothing. So there we go. It's in pretty good shape. We're not in a cubicle. We're in a light box. It helps me at night because I don't have I should be talking to you about lighting. Sorry. So there we go. So that's it. And we're going to give this away. And how we're going to do it is I'm going to write down. Let's do how about I hate numbers, but maybe we'll do that. How many do we have in this chat anyways? What are we up to here? We've got 45. All right. So we're going to do a series of numbers between two numbers. I'm not going to tell you which one. I will write it down. I'm going to put it right here. And don't start until I type the word start in the chat. Rafe, John, Lucky.
Is Corn in the chat tonight? Is he messing with people again?
Corn is out of control. He loves to say start, so don't let Corn get you. If he's in the chat, you got a lot of people. Wait until I say start, and I'm going to give you the range of numbers in this little slip right here. See? Woo. And that's going to be what you're going to pick between these numbers. I'm going to put them in right now. I'm going to put in start. You have as many guesses as you want. Ready? Go. Pick a number between those. And when I see it, I will type stop. I'm still looking. There it is. I see it. I see it. And I put in stop, or I put in S stop. All right. The number was 57. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a second. Let me run up. I'm looking. Where is it? Oh, 58. I'm looking. Still looking.
You're all fine.
I messed up. Okay. We're going to do this again. I literally thought I saw 57. I really did. Now I'm going back and I'm like, crap, where's the 57? Now they're putting 57 there. All right, we're going to try another one, guys. All right. I have the number now in here. Okay.
Yankee, did you catch Lake House Beach's giveaway? He's doing like spins and dice and stuff.
No, I haven't.
He's doing like this pinwheel spinning thing. It was so much fun.
Oh, I got to try something new on that. But I do have something different tonight that I think people are going to like. So we're going to put the numbers in here. I'm going to make them a little narrower. And I'll type start when it's time. And I'll give you the range. And it's not 57. Ready and go.
Somebody better put 22.
I'm watching. Yeah, I'm still looking. Oh, now I definitely saw it. Didn't make the mistake the second time. Here we go. So the number was 33. 33. You may stop. And I did see it. The first person I see, the 33, is Kendall Kid. Kendall Kid. Mods, do you concur on that? I don't know. Did you see the chat at all, Chad?
No.
Oh, you didn't. I didn't think so. All right. So I see Kendall Kid as the winner. Kendall Kid was the first one. Good job. Your
mod got a mod winning stuff, man. That sounds shady.
Mods can win. Kendall Kid. Yes, Kendall. Woot woot. All right. You got 33. So now here's the thing. Do you want this Mercury dime, or would you like to say, I'll pass on this Mercury dime and choose one of the 5 numbers behind it, 2 of which don't have anything, a couple of which have something that's pretty nice, and one that's even better than the dime. So Kendall, you need to decide whether you're going to take the dime and skip the rest, or do you want to roll, try your luck, I should say, and pick a number between 1 and 5. I'm waiting for him. What's it going to be, Kendall?
He's going to go for it.
Huh?
He's going to go for it, guaranteed.
Oh, you think? Kendall is that way. He usually would. I'd be surprised if he says no. I'm watching. I'm looking. Kendall, are you there? What's it going to be, bud? Still looking in the chat. Kendall, I'm picking, and he's going with number 2. Number 2. Here we go. Number 2 is, what do we got here? we've got ourselves a war nickel, a 1945. Let me see if I can bring this up.
Got you a bum deal there, Kendall kid.
There it is, a 1945 war nickel. There's the P. And of course, you get a Yankee stacking sticker. Well, that kind of sweetens it up a bit. And here's the deal. Kendall kid, if you can tell me what the early bird bonus word was, Kendall kid, I will give you another guess. Nobody put that bonus word in the chat. It was early bird. If you were in early, you might know it, Kendall. I'll give you another guess if you can tell me what that word is. All right, Kendall, do you know what that word is? Oh, Nightbot, shut up. Unbelievable. Silly name. All right. Do you know what it is, Kendall? He's like, I don't know if he's thinking. Is he texting somebody? Tell me what it is. I'll give you 5 more seconds, Kendall. I want to let you compensate for the lag here. Do you know what the early bird word was? The bonus word. I don't see his answer. I think we're going to say no, he doesn't know. He doesn't know. Whoever puts the bonus word in right now, I'll let them pick. Right now. First person to put the bonus word in. Anyone, go. I know there were some people in there early. I told him. There, Matt Ryan. Got it. Blacksmith. Good job, Matt. This is fun. All right, Matt, your odds just went up because Kendall took a number away. He has the war nickel and the Yankee stacking sticker. And I want to write that down so I don't forget. So I want you, Matt, to tell me what number you want. What number are you after? I'm waiting for him to say it. Matt. Matt, yeah, he's happy. All right, give me a number, Matt. All right, still waiting for Matt. He wants number 1. Matt wants number 1. Here we go with number 1. Oh, there's nothing there, man. Oh, so sorry, Matt. Oh, I feel bad for you, Matt. Dude, I feel so bad for you. Tell you what, I'm going to give you Kendall Kid's dime.
That's awesome.
That's so bad. I'm sorry, guys. So what was behind? We'll give the dime to Matt, and Kendall Kid gets it's a nice war nickel, and it's a great sticker. All right. So behind number 3 was nothing. Number 4 had here we go. This was a 1910 barber head. That was a nice one. And then behind number 5 was a 1990 proof nickel. All right, guys, that was fun. Thanks so much for playing. That was great. And we do have another giveaway coming up. So that was not our only one. Turn that off. And then, all right. Excellent. All right, so let's talk about prepping. And when I say prepping, I would guess that most of the people in the chat couldn't hold a candle to you, pun intended, by the way, when it came to prepping.
Solid.
You don't just prep, Dad. You live the prep every day, which is incredible.
A lot of what we do, actually, most of what we do is pre-planning for stuff. We pre-plan our wood in the springtime for the winter time, and we've got to guess it. Luckily, this year has been a weak winter, so we should be plenty fine on wood. But there's a lot of little things that you got to make sure that you have, out here,
Mm.
obviously with my tractor down as well. In my road out to what is like the most main road is over half a mile long, and nobody maintains it. So what we do, like when it snows, is I drive my truck all over it and I just mash down the new snow,
Mm-hmm.
that's how we get out. Like that works for us. It's actually kind of a cool method that my neighbor, he's like a lot over. He's the only guy that's out here year round with us. he
Wow.
He'll drive a Mustang until he can't get it in anymore, and then he gets in his truck.
That's awesome. Oh, that's I prep a little bit, but when I look at my preps and then I watch your channel, I look at it and I go, "Well, this isn't prepping." But I do the best I can. And I watched one of the videos that you had, 5 things we wish we knew before living off grid. I thought that was a very practical, very interesting video. And in fact, I want to throw up those 5 things really quick for people to see, and maybe you could comment on them and tell me, is there anything different than what I'm seeing here? So I'm going to bring this up right here. This is the first thing. This is a Coleman hot water on demand portable water heater. I think that's so cool. Wow.
Yeah,
that
looks a little different than what we use.
Oh yeah. Okay. But it's still propane, right? Still a propane canister.
It is propane ran. So with that one, you need more propane, and that is how we still shower now.
Wow. Still.
But that's not it though. I mean, that's a different, like the thing that we have.
Okay.
Push is fine, but it just has a shower head connected to it. So
yeah, I think there was an adapter to this too for that too, right there. So yeah, this is the link. I just grabbed your link, and I think that just it's the same thing. It's amazing little contraption. So you take showers with this thing right now, right?
We do right now. We definitely have plans to upgrade. In the summertime, I like to change it up because I love to shower outside. So like I've got a little outside shower built, but we'll take that out there and I'll shower outside. It's great. The squirrels are watching, the sun's beating down on you. It's a good time.
That's awesome. So that was one thing. The other one was this. This was and you had like 3 out of the 5 were light related, I think. This was the rechargeable lantern. That looks so cool. Because light's a big deal, right?
Yeah, it's huge out here. I think we've kind of gotten away from this lantern. I think the kids broke 2 of them, but these are still great because they're rechargeable and then they last a long time. And so like if we're running the generator, like when I'm working is when we're recharging batteries. When the generator's running, we're plugging stuff in for the future. But but these light sources that are rechargeable are great because we're not busting through batteries like crazy, which ton of money. So you're just recharging stuff.
Wow. So yeah, there's another one. You had a headlamp. Those you got to live with these things on your head, right?
Yeah. So like the first 4 years, we did headlamps like crazy, and for some reason, this last little bit, we have not been using headlamps, and I think it's because we've gotten some other lights. Like I've gotten some people that have sent me stuff. So I have this little light that's kind of like my buddy, but everyone sort of has something that's their buddy. Like the kids have flashlights that they like. So that's
have you stuck with the Fat Max?
Yeah. So that light is still up and swinging. That's a good one. That's a great one for going outside and checking animals, and really reaching out there. That's a good one to have. We can go out and make sure, we get a lot of noises out here and we get a lot of coyotes coming in and stuff. And so I go and check on my animals, make sure they're not getting attacked, go shoot at coyotes if need be. So having a big one like that is a great buy.
I just want to mention really quick in the chat, Kendall Kid is paying it forward. He's going to give that nickel to Silver Ripples. I'm going to write that right down, Kendall Kid, and I want to thank you for that. He's a generous guy. Appreciate it. Silver Ripples. Congratulations, man. You get the sticker and you get the nickel. I noticed he didn't say you could have the sticker. Do you want the sticker? Does anybody want the sticker?
Anyone.
Good for you, Kendall. I don't know. I'm not sure. Oh, Silver Rippers, push it back to Kendall. Nobody wants my sticker. Fine. That's hilarious. Oh man. All right. And the last thing too, again, I wanted to show you, where is it? This thing. You really love this portable LED camping lantern. You still use these?
Yeah. Yeah, so all these lanterns just have little uses around the house, and this one's really great because it dims. My daughter loves this one because she reads late into the night.
Right.
So you can crack it just a little bit and get a little bit of light, or you can crack it a bunch. And then we got an upgrade given to us as well from another company that actually has a flashlight beam from the bottom of that thing, which was pretty cool. And we gave it away to one of the viewers. And it's the only we've given away that never got to the person. And the mail company,
they never got it? Oh.
No, it Portland to Spokane and it got lost.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So this was the last thing I think you were mentioned in that. This is what Shelby was using this before you got your fire stove? Or was this
Shelby actually cooks on our main
Mm-hmm.
our main stove, which is just our
right,
our wood burning stove, not a wood burning cook stove. So she cooks a ton of meals on just a flat top of the wood stove.
So I saw the wood burning cook stove in one of the videos. She's not using that?
No, it's not even hooked up yet. I never punched a hole through the ceiling.
You haven't hooked it up, dude. Get on it, will you?
Well, here's the thing. If she says the same thing, but
she says the same thing.
It's just one of those things, like, don't use it during the summer. So I'm not going to install it during the summer because we're not going to use it. And then as we get towards the winter and it starts raining, I'm obviously not going to take off metal roofing and cut a hole in during the winter time. So it gets impregnated and then it doesn't get done.
Tell me about solar panels. So do you use those to charge, I think it was an inverter? How many panels do you have? Because that was one of the questions in the chat.
We just had one solar panel that we used to charge our cell phones. And since then, we've actually got these they're just little batteries, which we refer to as eggs. And I'm not sure why, but I call them an egg and it's forever stuck. But they're just little charging batteries. And we'll plug those into the generator while I'm building stuff. And then those recharge, and that's what we use the majority of the time. But we were using the solar panel with the inverter and the battery. But we kind of just bypassed that system and plugged, these batteries right into the generator. And now they fit in your pocket. They're tiny. They're tiny little recharging batteries, and they're great. So we have one solar panel. We don't use it all that much.
Yeah.
And we probably won't use too much solar because with solar comes a lot of cost, a lot of maintenance, and then not a ton of functionality because, in the wintertime, obviously they don't work all that well. And in the summertime, we don't really have stuff that needs, we don't have a TV. We don't have a refrigerator. We don't have stuff that you need plugged in.
Right.
So there's really no need to have a solar system right now. But I think in the future we may upgrade and implement one.
Shelby, get them to fix this. Put that in there. You got to get them. You got to get them to do it. It looked pretty cool when I saw it. I was like, now that would make cooking a lot easier. She has a lot on her plate, man. I can see that. She really does.
Oh, and even though she's sitting right next to me, I would say it even if she wasn't in striking distance. But she does a fantastic job. And honestly, we wouldn't be able to be a family out here if she wasn't on board. I would be a divorced guy living in the woods.
We know that. You don't need to tell us that.
Okay.
So there was something else with prepping that you sent to Clever Coin. I'm going to share it right now. This book, 1 Second After.
Yeah, Clever's a bum, man. So he reads this book, right? I take him under my careful.
Oh, here we go.
And his first comment is I don't think EMPs could happen, but I'll use it. And I'm like, listen, bud, EMPs are real. And then you shared some with me that I didn't even know about.
Yeah. I NASA actually told us this actually, I found out about this several years ago. I remember reading about it, but NASA said that on July 23rd, 2012, so, just 7 years ago, whatnot, Earth had a near miss with a solar flare. There was like a coronal mass ejection from the sun, and it sent this wave, this massive pulse. I forget M, whatever it is, right by us. Our rotation around the sun passed, and it went ripping by us, just missed us by a few weeks. If we had gotten hit by that, we would have been thrown back into the 19th century, and you might not have known about it. The way you're living, your cell phone service might be down. You'd be like, what's going on? But everybody else would have been just devastated.
Yeah. You know, and it's such a an unbelievable event, and it seems like something out of a fantasy movie, a sci-fi movie.
Sure. Yep.
People don't give it validity, and even though, you told me about that event, which I wasn't aware of. Like I understand the possibility of the event.
Right.
And even still, like, it's on the back of my mind in the way that we do certain stuff,
Right.
But people just don't know, or they don't, like Clever Coin, who chooses to stick his head in the sand.
Oh, be nice to the guy. Come on.
I love Clever Coin. I would
he's great.
and wreck on him if I didn't. We tag buddies. I let him know he's dumb, but it's cool.
Yeah, I love Clever. He's a wonderful guy, and he.
So I gotta
plays games. He plays games. He plays video games with Little Stack. So he's great in my book.
Oh, is he really? He's a gamer. That's fun.
Oh, it is. It's funny.
Being working at GameStop, right? Like, he works at GameStop, guys. He's 15. I give him hell about it. So it's funny that. But that's cool though. Stack is cool. I like it.
That is great guy.
Yankee, I got a question for you. Okay, since we're on the subject of NASA, we've also talked questioning authority, questioning what you're told.
Oh no, here we go.
What do you think about this whole new flat Earth idea?
Really? We're going there?
Listen, I'm dead serious right now. I've listened to some of these guys, and they've argument that kind of makes you scratch your head. Though I'm not sitting here saying I'm a firm believer in flat Earth, but what I do is I question everything. Okay, so what do we know?
You do all right.
Well, I do. Tell me what you think about it.
I don't give it a lot of thought, because it's round. It's actually more egg-shaped than it is round. We don't live on a flat Earth. Hate to break it to you, dude. And there is no Easter Bunny. And if there are any kids listening, there is no Santa Claus. So I'll answer any of the questions.
We're not smashing kid dreams here. We're smashing adult dreams.
No. I do not believe that the Apollo landings were fake, nor do I believe that the Earth is flat.
You don't believe that the moon landings are totally fake. The moon landing was totally faked, 100%.
Okay, well, somebody said, West Coast Stacker said Yankee stickers are flat. Yep, I agree. That's about as far as I'll go with flat and round. but that's an interesting thought. I mean, to me, the effort, time, and the money required to fake a lunar landing would have been insane. They would not have done it, nor would they have been able to keep it a secret this long. And I just think there's a lot of proof that says that we were really there. I'm sorry, Rafe. I know, no Santa. My bad. But you do believe that the lunar landings were faked.
I do believe that the landing was fake. I do not think flat Earth is a thing.
Okay,
although there's some weird points, like they'll bring up talking points about how there's no Antarctic flights. There's no flights over Antarctica. No one goes from north to south over Antarctica ever.
Wow.
According to them,
they do go over the Arctic Circle.
Is the edge.
Well, they do go over the Arctic. You think the edge is maybe down there? Okay.
It's not my argument.
That's okay. I've never been asked that question on Coast to Coast, and I don't know if I ever will be. But that was really interesting.
Yeah, you're welcome. This is what we get from Stoney Grid, but
we are definitely going there.
Whenever somebody goes way against the grain, most people, the group, the herd, will say, "Well, you're crazy."
Right. Oh yeah, Yeah, and I understand herd mentality, counterculturalism. I get it. In a lot of ways, us stackers try to exert that. In my life, I have stood out and followed. I had my English teacher write in my yearbook, keep marching to the beat of a different drummer, Yankee, because that's what you do. And so I get it. I really do. But I cannot go that far. Sorry, man.
Have you? Are you aware of the Van Allen belt?
Yes, I am.
And
I love astronomy. Yeah.
You think that a little spaceship in 1964 made it all the way through the Van Allen belt?
Yeah, I do. I really
And
do.
then you think that we broadcasted a conversation back to Earth?
Yep, I do. Yeah,
you do.
I really
On the tech
do.
calculator. That
Yeah.
same technology we can't now reproduce.
Yep.
Because we forgot, but we erased the technology of how to do it. You know, NASA
I do.
NASA erased 127 tapes
Mm-hmm.
and said that they did it by accident due to budget cut.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You
Oh,
bunch
don't
of
get me wrong. I believe the government lies to us all the time. Yeah, I get it. I get it. But I also studied this and I realized what they would have had to go through again to pull this off, the money, effort, to be able to keep that many people silent for this long.
Well,
it is next to impossible, I think, for them to pull
think
that
about
off.
NASA gets enough funding to rebuild the wall 4 times.
They did it multiple times too. It really would have been something for them to do, and I don't think it would have been worth their effort and time and money. Government loves to say they don't want to go, I don't think, to all that effort for what? I know it was during the Cold War. I know we were in a race to get there, but I just don't see them doing it.
Nobody has done it since. No one's gone since.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it was Holland. They were given a moon rock, which actually wound up being petrified wood.
Wow, that's amazing.
Kind of funny.
Yeah, it is.
Well, all right, let's go to the chat on this.
Okay, that's a great idea.
If the landing was fake, put a 1. If you think we really went to the moon, put a 2.
Beautiful question. This I'm looking forward to. Welcome, Turning Wheels. Ruben, it's about time. International Stack, did you wake up, man? That's good to see you. The Farkas is here. Talking Bullion. Lady T, thank you for joining. This has been a fun stream. What do we got? We've got 22, 22, 22, 22, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2. I'm backing my hubby. Oh, way to go, Shelby. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. 1, Matt. Props, dude. Rafe, 1. The Farkas, 1. Lucky Coin Hunter says 1. Gator 4130 is clueless with a 3. And most of them seem to be 2. And Silver High said Capricorn 1 featuring OJ Simpson, fake Mars landing. All right. Yeah. I guess we're all suckers. Most of us. No, I do. I really do think it was legit. And there's been a lot of proof that has gone into showing that. Now, I've read some stuff on there that to me I just don't see it. But this is a stacking stream, so could we talk a little bit about precious metals too?
I guess.
All right. If we have to, right? Because I really did want to talk about what's going on in the markets and what you're planning on getting. So, why don't we just jump really quick? I watched one of my very first YouTube videos I watched that you did back in September was Plata and Ploma, silver and lead. It was great. You talked about your strategy. You like to buy, or did, cheap rounds at spot. You love the Sunshine Mint, which I think you said was in Idaho, right?
Yeah. The Sunshine Mint is up here, right here in the north, in like a Kellogg area. It's called the Silver Valley area.
Did you ever visit it?
I have not visited it. I'm going to this springtime. I'm gonna take the tour. You can go up and take the tour of all. There's actually mines up here. But the one of the mines up here for the longest time was actually producing more silver than all of the mines combined in the world.
Wow.
So it's very cool to have, to take silver that came out of the mountains from this area and to be able to collect.
Oh, that's cool. And do you have one of the decoder things, or you just
Craig sent it to me.
you
Farkas.
do?
He's like, man, this thing's junk. You can have it, and I'm like, cool. So I tried it out, and he's right, junk.
Neat. That's cool. Now you said you skip rare coins. You skip series. You don't want to pay a lot in premium, hardly any, right?
So that was a while ago. Now I've kind of, I was very
softened up. They got to you, didn't they?
It was Baggins.
Oh no, Baggins did it.
Baggins got into the Disney series.
Oh, there we go.
Disney will always be in my heart. It was very cool when he got to take his boys to Disneyland.
That was cool. Yep.
But yeah, like Disney's very cool to me. And since it's very early on in the series, I figured, well, heck, I might as well buy the 3 coins. I enjoy Disney. So
good. Do you collect them and keep them, or do you consider ever flipping them?
I don't know that I have anything that I would not get rid of. And
really? Okay.
I have bought
you would sell it. All right.
Apocalypse series. The 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse.
Yep.
I was able to get them on sale from I think it was Provident Metal. I got 3 of them for $30 a piece, and they're in a slab, graded whatever 69, I believe.
Yep.
And I bought those specifically to flip them in the future, and I cannot find the White Horse even on eBay to be able to pay a ridiculous price just to complete the series. I can't find it.
Oh, is Shelby leaving us?
Yeah. What is it?
It's kiddo time. Hey, I saw international. Thank you so much, Shelby. Thank you. I don't know what's going to happen though when you leave. This could get dicey.
Now I'm letting him off the leash.
So.
Have fun. Thank
Chat
you.
Off the leash. This is when it gets crazy. Bye. Oh man, she's great, man. So international stackers in the chat. I mentioned flipping. He wanted me really badly to get in on a flip today. I'm actually gonna show this thing. This right here, the Germania.
That's a beautiful round.
It is, and I know it's a round, right? It's not a coin, even though they have an amount and year on it. It's a round, but international stackers like, dude, you got to get this right now. You just got to go in. I'm doing it. I'm going to do it, and he did it. And I looked at it and it's like, oh man, I want a tube just like one of those. But I was like, look at that. He's like, doesn't matter. You'll flip it away. eBay, blah, 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 blah. This guy's going so fast. And I didn't do it. And he's probably, I'm afraid to look at the chat right now. Oh man, he's gonna do something and make fun of me when he sells it on eBay or something, and he's gonna say, I told you, Yankee. Should have done it.
Yeah, I think you would have been safe at that one. I don't think it's as great a flip as that Palladium flip that you did, but I think that you would have gotten a bit of a premium had you hung on to it for a while.
I know, but you know what? And we're gonna get a bunch of crap here, but Mrs. Yankee wasn't in the house, and it was like a $900 purchase. And I didn't have the guts to do it. So, whatever, man.
I actually told Shelby about the Palladium purchase, and I was like, we were very new to silver, and I'm like, listen, here's the deal, and I explained it to her, and I'm like, it's like, what was it, $1,400, $1,200?
Yeah, it was 12, right, or 11. I sold it for 19, 12. Yes, 12, and I sold it for 19. Yep.
I had talked to her about it, and I'm like, listen, we could get this thing. Hang on to it for a bit because these people are given it was like what, $200 and $600 to flip right away.
Yeah.
And I was like, if they're gonna give you that much right now, if we hold on to this thing for a while, I guarantee you we'll get more than that. And that's exactly
you can't say guarantee, but you can say most likely. And the only reason why I went in it is because it was a guaranteed $100 from the big boys. That's the only reason I did it. It was my very first flip, and it was like no brainer. But then, Aya said, don't give it to these guys, sell it on eBay. And he was right. So, I guess I'm just not, I don't know if I don't have the, the spontaneity for it. I don't have the money to whip out and do it either. I'm a budget stacker, so I really need to be cautious, but that would have been a really neat one to get. I wish I had done it. But I did find out something today. I won a MK Bars 2-ounce round on his Instagram giveaway. I just got notified about during Salivate Metal stream with SD Bullion. I got a DM. It said, "Hey, guess what? You just won 2 ounces." So now I have to go through MK Bars and figure out what I want. And oh man, there are some absolute beautiful rounds on this website. I don't know, man. I just found out, so I gotta figure it out. I'm zeroing in on this one. Really looked interesting. This 4 real coin. Look at this. Tell me if you think this. What do you think of this? It's a 1 ouncer.
I like it. I like what it looks like a shield on it. That's cool.
Yeah, well, it harkens back to the pieces of 8 that predate sort of it's sometimes thought of as being our country's first coin, if you will, and it's just an amazing coin. I have a 1797 piece of 8. It's like a half real. But this one really looks nice. So I don't know. I just won it, so I got to figure out what on his site I need to pick. But I'm pretty excited about that. That was a great giveaway.
Now, so you don't stack this kind of stuff though, correct?
No, I don't. It doesn't. But if somebody's going to give me 2 ounces for a giveaway, I'm going to stack it.
I'll take the pick. Yeah.
No kidding, right? So yeah, that was a surprise. So I'm not going to bore people. They know what I stack. I'm a prepper type of stacker, and I'm guessing that kind of is you, right? Are you more prepper? Like you're saving low premium silver, trying to build a stack. You're not always buying like a pretty shiny high premium stuff like a collector type would, or trying to flip it all the time, right?
Well, I kind of dip into a little bit of everything. I do collect. I do collect, which is funny. I collect pandas because I see that they have and that they trade.
Okay.
And also, I have an eBay store as well, so it's pretty easy for me to just throw something in there.
You do have a nice store. Yep.
But at the same time, I've become less passionate about that, and so I've and I kind of got into constitutional silver for a while. Started picking that up. So I get what I feel. Like at the time, I'm kind of like, hey, this is cool. This is interesting. I'm going to get this.
Do you have a Baggins bar?
I do have a Baggins bar. I kept a Baggins bar from the.
Oh, that's right. From the boomerang box. Yes. I remember that now.
Yeah. Okay. So like poured silver probably is like my least favorite.
Yep.
I just, for some reason, it doesn't appeal to me. But there was a time where I was like, constitutional silver's boring. And then there was a time where every time I'd go to the coin store, that's what I was getting because it was fun.
I don't find constitutional boring at all, man. I just got a load of it, and I just love constitutional.
I don't now, and part of it is because my daughter and I started filling a $50 Walking Liberty $50 book, and that makes it more fun to do it with them.
Sure.
In the hunt is fun.
Yes, the hunt. Yep.
I get really bored by Washington silver. I get really bored by Kennedy silver, and so I'm just not into it.
Okay. Do you get in? Do you get in? So do you get into other constitutional bullion? American Silver Eagles, Canadian Maple Leaves.
So I'm very close to the Canadian border, and to me the Maple Leaves appeal to me more, being that they're a $5 minimum versus a $1 minimum. Me
too.
So it seems easy, just like you're up there too, where it's very familiar.
Yeah, we see Maple Leafs all the time, right?
Yeah. So what I've done is I've decided to fill a Silver Eagle, which I'm halfway through a tube. Good. And then I decided to fill a tube of Maple Leaves as well, although I get them for like spot plus 75 cents, because they get messed up at my local coin store, and he throws them in there. So that's where I pick them up at.
Very cool. Speaking
I
of
feel like
spot,
I'm getting a deal on them.
check out what's happening this last week in silver and gold. So you can see silver prices. We are down at 1534, I think was the closing. It's getting down there. Yeah, I've been waiting for and just to say that, and this is probably I'm going to talk about Trump on this stream, but he just made a statement that a quote major announcement about the government shutdown and the wall is coming tomorrow. So I've been predicting that. Yeah,
all laid off. Just lay them all off. We don't need them. Just everything has been fine since they've been out of work. Leave them.
Well, I do think it does show a couple things. It shows how bloated our federal government is, how many bureaucracies we don't need, and also it really, in a stark way, shows just how hand to mouth too many Americans live. And I don't mean to be harsh here, but if you can't handle one paycheck, missing it, and you're going to get it eventually, without hawking stuff on eBay or running to a pawn shop, something's wrong.
Yeah, well, there's a large majority of people who are, I think it's something like 2 paychecks away from being homeless.
That's right. They can't handle a $400 surprise expense.
Yeah, which is
majority, about half America can't do that.
It's that's that beast. That's that thing. Like, get in the hive and start producing. You get caught up in that.
So I've been thinking though, with the and here's gold too. You can see the same type of thing. It's down 12. My prediction that I made at the beginning of the year was to see silver break into the 14s and gold below 1250. So yeah, we're definitely marching down there. I think you got 2 big news coming. You got the shutdown ending. The market's going to love that. I think you're going to see silver and gold can drop because of that. And then I think the Fed's going to say, those rate hikes, no, we're not doing them. Not in March. And the market's going to love that too. The dollar's going to go up. And again, I think you and I and those in the chat are going to have another round of buying opportunity with precious metals. But let me just say, I'm only saying that for fun. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just having fun. But I really do think those 2 pieces of news that are coming in the next few weeks are going to give us another shot at getting some decent prices again. Not that this isn't decent. $15, $15.34 for an ounce of silver. Whew, that's pretty good, man.
Yeah, so I got into silver when it was about $16.
Mm-hmm.
And then it drops to 14. So as it starts to come back up, it's like, $15.50. I'm not buying until it comes back down. But then I realized everyone else was like, no, keep buying. Like, that's still low. It's funny when you get in low and it goes lower. When it comes back up to still low, you're like, what do I do? but I know that there's guys out there that started when it was 20 or started when it was 30.
Right. Oh, I know. We have gotten in at a great time, guys. We really have. Right now, it's been good. So you have silver? Do you have any you want to give away?
I've got some silver I'd like to give away.
Woo! Guys, did you hear that? That should really get the chat excited.
I was telling you guys, I don't like Kennedy, and I don't like his silver. And the first piece of constitutional silver I bought was a Kennedy, and I don't want it anymore.
I grew up in Massachusetts. So I want to apologize for the Kennedys. I'm sorry. I just had to say that. I'm no longer in Massachusetts now. I'm in the lovely state of New Hampshire. So I am excited. You're going to do a giveaway for John F. Kennedy?
Yeah, let's give away Kennedy. I don't like him. You take him.
Woo! What do we got for a date?
Oh, I believe it's a 1964. It's inside. Unfortunately, I had to bail on everything, guys, so I can't show you.
Oh, you can. Okay. All right, that's fine. I was ready to flip it over for you and let your camera show everybody, but that's all right. We all know what a 1964 Kennedy $50 looks like. This is great. Are you guys ready? And do you know what you're going to do for your giveaway? Because you're going to run this.
This is your
giveaway. Yeah, it's my show, but it's your giveaway, man. Everybody, all my co-hosts run their own
All right.
giveaway.
Let's do this then. If you believe that the moon landing was
Oh,
fake, put in 1.
come on.
And if you believe it was real, put in a 2. And
Really?
then Yankee, you can flip a coin and give it to whoever put a 1. I don't
Here we go. Here we go, guys. Here we go. All right. So let me think here.
You're out. West Coast Stacker, you're out. Cumberland Mountain Living, you're out. Dusty Road, you're out. Barbara Carbone, gone. Bill Randall, see you later. Yeah, the rest of you with 1s, you're in.
You're going to give a Canadian, you're going to give a Kennedy $50 to all the 1s. You're
if you're not going to believe in conspiracies, you don't get a Kennedy $50.
Well, there is the Kennedy conspiracy, so we could have a long talk on that.
Exactly.
Yeah, and you and I may actually come down on the same side on that one.
But Yankee, why would they spend that kind of money to make something like that take place?
I'm going to smack you.
I mean, come on, man. You got to have an open these things. They got money to burn.
Yeah, Oswald was a patsy, and it doesn't take a lot of money to get him knocked off. I don't think so. Not like landing on the moon. Anyway, so how are we going to do this giveaway, man? Do you want to do a do you want to do a pick a state?
I mean, you're going to have to do it.
I'm going to do it. All right. Nobody put in any states whatsoever. If you put a state in before I hit start, you're disqualified.
The answer is not California either.
Yeah, right. Or Idaho. That's the first one everyone's going to say. Or New Hampshire. So it's not. So it's not Idaho and it's not New Hampshire. I'll give you that much. All right. So let's get a strip of paper here. Let me switch into my camera. Oh, it's going to be an absolute mess now. Turn that off. Turn this on. Oop, there we go. All right. So I'm going to put a slip of paper. I'm going to write a state. Okay, I think I'm going to write that one. I'm going to put it right there so everybody can see.
The cubicle's a mess.
It's not a cubicle. Although I do work on one. All right. So, Brian Catron. Brian, wait a minute. What are your son's name?
Yeah, my dad just got eliminated. Pop, you weren't supposed to go yet.
Oh no, that's your dad. Oh man. All right, so don't go yet. And if Corn's on, watch out for him. He'll tell you to start before you're supposed to. What are we guessing? West Coast Stacker says we are going to guess a state that I put in this slip of paper right here. You have as many guesses as you want. Do not start until I say start. And I put it in the chat. Do not start until I put it in the chat. On your mark, get set, go. Put a state. Let's go, Stacker.
Let's go, Stacker.
I love it. Oh man, the moon, Massachusetts. Oh wow. I haven't seen it yet. I'm looking. And yes, I do allow. For. Oh, wait a minute. I think I saw it. Well, keep going. Yeah, I don't want to make the same mistake twice. Yes, I did see it. Stop. All right. What I put, and this is, by the way, I know a lot of people say, but I was first in my chat. Yeah, I get it. But that doesn't matter. You'll always see yourself higher up in your own chat. It's what I see on my chat. So here it is right here. New Mexico, or the abbreviation NM, which I think I saw at the very top by Joyce Sparks. Joyce Sparks. That's what I saw. NM. Good job, Joyce Sparks. You get an absolutely disgusting silver Kennedy $50. I actually love $10.50. So
Yankee, I'm pretty sure that Joyce Sparks is the subscriber that I did not get that lantern to because it disappeared.
No way. Oh, well, that's good.
Redemption. That's great.
Congratulations, Joyce. That's fantastic. I'm so glad you won. That's awesome. So what you will do, I have Silver Ripples receiving a 1945 war nickel. Kendall Kid doesn't want to give up the Yankee stacking sticker. So there may be a couple Yankee stacking stickers going out. Matt got Kendall's dime. What? Yes, he did. Good for you. And Joyce got a 1964 Kennedy $50 from North Country Off Grid. Chad, that was really nice of you to do. I know you don't like Kennedys, but still, thank you. Appreciate it.
Totally.
That's awesome. All right. We're getting near the end of the stream here, but I do have questions for you. I don't think people are very interested in asking me questions, although there may be a couple in here. So let me fire off a few questions to you. Kendall Kid asks, do you collect... Oh, that's a dumb question. Kendall, do you collect PMs or just logs for cabins? Kendall? Okay. Barb Carbone said, how much property do you have? That's a good question.
Well, the land that we're on now is 20 acres, and then I have 100 feet of lake frontage that I think amounts to about a half an acre on Spirit Lake as well.
Beautiful. Oh, that Spirit Lake, this picture right here I'm looking at?
Yeah, we kayaked it like crazy this summer. We were trying to go almost every day. We would go and fish.
We picked up some kayaks ourselves because we got some lakes up here in New Hampshire too. But that your property abuts that?
I have a property on that, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
And it's off grid. It's boat access. Like we have to kayak to get there.
No way, really?
Yeah, it's super cool, man.
Oh.
It just popped up and we had the money and we're like, well, let's get it because it was a guy out of state selling it. Some lawyer from Seattle was selling it. My wife, being a real estate agent here, knows the market. And she's like, listen, Spirit Lake is about to annex a bunch of the lake and start to build on it, which means everything is going to, the town is going to annex part of it.
Right.
So,
you had it in through your wife. And that was awesome.
Yeah, we got it pretty cheap.
That's exciting. All right. Barb also asked, where do you store your harvest?
So right now, like I was saying, that's something that we need to work on. We're going to be able to right now in the wintertime, we can put whatever we want outside, which is kind of cool. As long as we keep the animals out of it, we just got to put it in coolers outside and it freezes up, stays cool. But this is our first year here, so we don't even have a garden here yet.
That's right. Yep.
But we'll do a root cellar.
Mm-hmm.
Shelby'd really like a root cellar underneath the new house, so she might get that, or it might just.
How many of you in the chat would love to have a root cellar? Put one. That would be very interesting to see. Oh man,
How many know what a root cellar is?
Oh, I know one. I know what it is. My grandmother had one, but oh my goodness, yeah, a root cellar.
These are the kinds of things, when you scale back your life, these are the kinds of things that you look at like, oh man, a root cellar would be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you keep yourself from buying stupid stuff.
Yeah, we do sometimes. Silver High said, what is the temperature up there in North Country Off-Grid land?
I don't know. It's got to be in probably like the 20s. It's a very mild winter. We usually get negative numbers. February is always our coldest month.
Yep.
But we've got nothing for snow. We got 5 inches yesterday of snow, but really everything has been coming and then going away. So it's very warm. It's very mild this year.
We haven't had any snow to speak of here in New Hampshire, but I have a storm on its way Sunday, all day Sunday. We're looking at 2 feet. And the other day I went to power up my generator and it didn't start. So I got my work cut out for me tomorrow.
Carburetor.
Yeah, I think yeah, probably. That's what I'm thinking.
Are you supposed to get 2 feet at one time?
Say that again?
Are you supposed to get 2 feet at one time?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's a
So we got a big storm coming up. Yeah. And we've been dodging it for a while. I mean, come on. We've had white Christmases for quite a few years. So it's amazing that we've gone this long without any snow, really, to speak of. So Bill Randall says, how's the fishes in Spirit Lake?
How's the fishing?
Yeah. Good.
The fishing is great in Spirit Lake. We like to go get panfish. And what we'll do is we'll go get a bucket of panfish and we'll bring it back and we'll have fish tacos for dinner if we catch enough of them. If we don't, then we release them all back. But usually we can play panfish, come make fish tacos, and it's a good time.
Nice.
There's bass. I like bass fishing. But when we take all the kids and stuff, it's all about biting and fishing and having fun.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. My dad and I used to fish almost every week, and we were big bass fishermen. But there are some times, and he when I was young, he would say, "Do you want to fish for fun or food?" That's the way he would ask it. It's true. You just want to get something on the end of your line, and you want to look for food, right? So yeah. Oh man, love it.
Would you guys eat bass, or did you just catch and release?
Most of the time, well, I need to be careful here. It depends. Some places I would catch and release out of respect for where I was at. But a lot of the times I would bring them home. If they were of any size, I'd yank them out, fillet them up, and eat them. Loved it. And then trout, if I went up north, a little bit further up north, we went fly fishing, my dad and I. And when I would pick up, stripe, a rainbow or brookies or whatever, we'd kick them, kill them right there, cut them open, cook them around the fire, and eat them. Oh, that was the best. Yeah, you're bringing me back, man. I don't know if my dad's listening to this stream or not. He lurks sometimes, and Dad, if you're listening right now, I know you're not feeling so hot. He's got pneumonia, so prayers out to you. He's 80.
Well, my dad is in the chat right now, and he just said, "Stay out of Chad's hole," and he's absolutely correct. Man, you get too close to my fishing hole, and it is game on. But he likes to crowd me when he comes fishing. He loves to stand right next to me and creep towards me and take my fish, and he does it intentionally. He knows he's doing it, and now my son does it as well.
Oh man, so you're a little competitive there, huh? Well, my dad was competitive with me, but he was more than competitive. He was giving. He always let me go for the best. Was a little kid. I was in the front, and he just said, "Hey, that looks good over there," and I'd throw my line, and if I missed it, next thing you know, I'd see the line right next to me. Bang! He'd be right there. But yeah, he and I, we were the best fishing buddies on the planet. So. That's
cool. Yeah, it's good times, man. It's a great way to come up. Yeah. My dad was the same way with hunting. It was always when we started hunting, me and my brother always got to shoot first. So a long period of time where we had to wait for the third year before he filled the tag. So, that same principle.
Wait till your dad starts handing over his fishing gear to you. Yeah. It's hard, man. He's 86.
He'll probably give it to his grandson, which is totally fine with me as well.
Yeah, I know. But it's just tough to see, it's just hard when they get older, So let's get off this topic before I choke up and say, Silver Ripple says, do you have any bears that come into your home site?
So where I'm at, I don't deal with a lot of predators. We have livestock guardian dogs that do an excellent job. I can hear her right now. She's out in the woods.
I heard some barking. Yeah.
Yeah, the coyotes were going off, and she's out there right now, and she does a great, livestock guardian breed dogs are unbelievable. They're great family pets. They're so gentle with your kids, and they're absolutely fearless against anything. Like if it's a pack of whatever, they're going after it 100%.
Chad, was that picture of the coyote a clickbait, or was that an actual photo of what you
That
saw.
was not my photo. I stole
Okay,
that from
good.
Wrangler. I stole
Okay.
that from Wrangler Star, who stole it from somebody else.
Okay, good, because that made me click. I was like, wait a second. That was pretty intense.
But I don't try to do clickbaity pictures too much, but sometimes I have to get a stock picture to sort of be on the topic. You know, I don't have a picture of a coyote on my phone. But and I'm not going to post a picture of, my dog's wound.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I
You know what I mean? So
yeah, sure.
sometimes you gotta head to Google for that sort of stuff.
Robinson Prospecting asks, what's your favorite thing to stack? But I think we know that. Although I do want to put a little twist on that. What's your dream coin or dream precious metal?
So I wouldn't say that I have a dream coin. However, I do have a collection that is the old silver. Oh gosh, I just forgot the mint. It's the mint up here. It's the mine up here. That
Really?
I'm telling you, the dated coins.
The dated coin. What do you? I'm sorry, I'm not quite getting it.
I'm totally drawing a blank.
That's all right, no problem. Yeah, we can come back to that. We did.
Sunshine. Sorry, it's the Sunshine Mint coins, and they originally started dating them. They put dates on them, like 1982.
I gotcha.
And I was checking out the junk, and I was looking at some stuff, and I was like, oh, a dated one. I'm like, are those kind of rare? And she's like, well, some people collect them. So I'm like, all right, well, I'll get one, but it was in the generic. And I got it, and then I started looking at them on the internet. I'm like, oh, these are quite a bit more on eBay than what I just paid. So that became my collection, and I'm working my way through the collection, and I go kind of slow. I won't overpay too much for them.
Have you posted these? And I haven't seen them.
No, I've never talked about them before.
Oh, great! Oh, we got a scoop right here on Coast to Coast.
I've only got a couple.
I would love to see that.
Not the dated. You'd have to probably look on like eBay to find a dated one.
Right, you're not seeing them in the online stores. So wow.
No, and so I've got some that are still in plastic. Like 84s, 85s that are still in the plastic.
I would really love to see that. You should do a quick little video on that. Just kind of showcase some of these and what you're doing. So wow, they're 1 ounce rounds.
Yeah, 1 ounce round, and they're at that time, that date, they came out of the Sunshine Mine. So I know that that's local silver. So it's pretty cool to me. It's kind of a cheaper thing, but that to me those are my favorite.
That's neat. Silver Ripples has a follow up. What was the biggest fish you caught on your lake?
You know what? Like big fish. For me, it's just panfish with my kids.
Sure.
Some of them come and they're maybe like the size of like a small salad plate. Nothing huge. There's pike up here that are big size. I've caught some big pike, which are fun. But when I go with my kids, it's all just panfish. So it's all little stuff.
Cool. All right, man.
But
it's midnight. My little Sax just came up and he came up next to me and just pointed at the clock and looked at me like, "Are you serious, Dad? It's 12:04. I think I better wrap it up." Oh man, this has been a lot of fun though. I just got one more question. Where do you see you're going to take your channel in the future? Is there anything that we can look forward to on North Country Off Grid that you'd like to do? You did talk about like taking it to the next level. Could you tell us 1 or 2 things that you are going to do around that?
Well, I've got one thing that's definitely about to take place, and I've got something I'm juggling back and forth. It's kind of in the works. I'm sort of deciding whether or not I'm going to do it. One is we're about to build a log home, and we're about to use traditional tools. So it's all hand tooling. It's all axes. It's all traditional tools building this thing, and it's in a traditional manner. It's going to be in a finish style with a lap joint. It's pretty cool. Wow. The second, and our channel is just going to continue. It's very easy for us to have, what people call material. It's very easy for us to have content because everything I do is building something more to a homestead.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to continue along
Yeah.
We got big builds. Yeah, it's never ending. Like,
Wow.
I talk to a lot of other guys that have channels and they're like, so what kind of content are you having trouble coming up with? And I'm like, I don't struggle one bit.
It's life. I just show them my life, right?
And I joke like, oh yeah, I do my chores, and people love to see that stuff. And it's true. We're building something that is an extraordinary lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
The second being, once the blacksmith shop is up,
Mm-hmm.
I think that I might start a second channel. And I think the second channel is going to have to do with a little bit of blacksmithing, but more live stream with people talking real topics. And it's probably going to be strictly live streaming and just kind of discussing. It's going to be a little more, you probably don't want your kids to watch.
Oh, okay. I got you.
I keep it PG, with which is, the homesteading stuff is no problem for me. I got to just edit out a few cuss words here and there. No big deal. But I think the other one's going to be more for like adults, a little more grown up conversation, a little more real stuff.
Clever Coin finally decided to join us, and he said, North Country Off Grid, build the wall.
That's kind of racist, bro.
All right. Hey, man. Thank you so much, Chad. I'm going to. Oh, you got something for me or for something for Clever or what?
I don't know if Clever Coin thinks that the moon landing was real.
Oh, jeez. Oh, here we go. Clever, it's all up to you. Real or not real, Clever?
It's gonna be great when he goes back and watches and know that we spent like 10 minutes bashing him.
We did. That was awesome. Oh, he hasn't answered. I don't know. We're all waiting for Clever Coin to tell us if the moon landings were legit or fake. Here we go. Real. There it is.
This is the same guy who thought.
Oh no.
Keep that in mind. You might be on the wrong team, bud.
All right. Hey, I really, really appreciate you taking all this time on Coast to Coast. It's been a privilege and honor. I was stoked when you said yes, and I hope everybody enjoyed it as much as I did. Thank you so much. Thank you for all the new people that came in and listened to this stream. I really appreciate it. Please subscribe to North Country Off Grid. He's a great guy, awesome channel, and an even better wife. So other than that, I say, do you want to say goodbye to everybody?
Yeah. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. Thanks for sticking by all my years. That's how I roll though. But Yankee, I appreciate you having me, man. I really looked forward to it. When you told me I was coming on, I was like, heck yeah. When you said I could wait January, I'm like, come on, man. So
I did make the wait. All right. I appreciate it. All right. And I guess the last thing I'll say is I hope your day is A-okay, guys. Take care.